questions just for the players after that? Coach, whenever you're ready.
Yeah, obviously, really happy that I'm sitting in here after a win rather than a loss. And I think this SIUE team, they had a great game plan. I think they came out with played with a lot of confidence on both ends of the court. And, I think the lesson for our team is we've got to be ready to play regardless of who we're playing, regardless of when we're playing them. And, I'm glad it's a lesson that we're learning on after a win. But, I'm disappointed in how we played. I know we've been better. I know we can be better. And I think for this basketball team, I think the message is for them to push to be better each and every game.
All right, questions for the players?
Jordana, you were dominant inside tonight, led everyone in inside scoring. How much did your size matter in this matchup?
I mean, I've grown up being a taller player, so I'm used to playing down low with these big girls. I mean, she's still my size. It's just doing what I know I can do better, which is footwork. I move, I think, pretty well, so just being able to capitalize on that.
For Abbey and Jordana both, I mean, what do you feel like kind of maybe flipped after halftime to be able to come out and kind of get that lead back?
Yeah, I think they came out pretty aggressive in the first half, and I think in the second half we really settled down and were more disciplined in our defense and taking away their aggressive looks.
Yeah, we switched some things up, and I think it shook them up a little bit, and that's when our defense was able to capitalize and their offense flowed a little bit better.
Jordana, when did you know you were going to have to carry the scoring load a little bit? When did that sink in?
I don't really think it's carrying the scoring load. I mean, this team is really balanced. You know, we have a lot of players who can score in different ways. It's just tonight was my night.
Abbey, what was it like to get a couple of those key buckets to fall, especially in the fourth quarter after a couple slower games scoring?
Yeah, I mean, it always feels good, seeing the ball go through, but I'm just always going to be ready every night. Whenever my shot's there, I'll be ready to take it.
Abbey, I guess what's kind of the mentality for the team when shots aren't falling, if it's kind of a bit of a struggle? What's kind of the mentality of kind of just keep putting the shots up?
Yeah, I mean, we always have to be able to fall back on our defense when the offense isn't always falling, and that's something we really got to be more disciplined in, and just getting, finishing plays and getting clean rebounds so that we can get better looks down on the other side.
Any other questions for the players? All right, we'll discuss.
Thank you.
All right, questions for Coach?
Coach, let's talk about the speed of this game. You guys played really fast, won in fast break points today. Did that win the game for you?
I don't know if that necessarily won the game for us. We wanted to play fast this game. We actually talked about it being a key to the game. It's hard to play fast when you're constantly having to take the ball out of the net after a score. So I didn't think our pace was as good as it needed to be until we got stops. I thought in the second half we got more stops, and that gave us some fast break / transition opportunities.
Coach, you said how much you want to shoot the three this year. Back-to-back games, you didn't win the three-point battle against your opponent. What was those adjustments that you guys had to do as a coaching staff?
Well, I think there are a couple things. One, our three-point defense was obviously not what we wanted to see in that first quarter. And I think the thing that we have to be better at, our team, we gave up threes in our scouting report execution, so that's a problem. And then we gave up threes with our lack of urgency and awareness, and that's a problem. So we'll address all of those. I think that's important. Offensively, I thought we settled for jumpers a lot instead of being able to continue to move the ball and find the open man. So I thought, a game like this, I felt like we should have shared the ball a little bit more and probably found a few more kick-out opportunities. So we'll definitely look at the what we call as missed opportunities. When there's someone open and we missed them, we want to look at those and try to correct those.
Kellie, you mentioned, obviously being ready to play anyone, anytime. What was the message to this group at halftime to kind of get them to flip that switch themselves?
Well, we didn't have a lot of schematic adjustments that we had to make. I mean, they just had to go out with more urgency, and we did a better job defensively. We held them to 9 points in the second quarter. So second, third, and fourth quarter defensively, you're okay. You just give up 24 in the first. We just didn't score well. So we were just off. I thought we were low energy. So that was the message at halftime, trying to get them revved up and ready to play. And, we talk about our margin for error. It's small. I mean, we have a small margin for error, so that's why we've got to be our best every single game.
What did you like specifically from your offense in that second half where you scored 41 points?
Well, I thought we got to the free throw line more in the second half. I don't know what the number was. I guess I could add it up by looking. I felt like we got to the free throw line more in the second half. Yeah, we did, definitely. And I thought we got more stops on the other end, which allowed us to play in transition. So those were the two things that helped our offense out. We're just trying to hit the home run. No, let me give you a better analogy. We were trying to hit a grand slam, and you're the first batter. You can't do that, right? You gotta get some base hits and put people on base before you get that grand slam. So I think for us, really trying to find ways to be aggressive but have some patience when we don't have something easy.
When you talked about free throws. You finished perfect 16 of 16. What does that mean for you and your coaching staff when you see them go perfect from the line?
Yeah, well, I think one, we've got to get there, and two, we've got to continue to stay focused and make them. And it's something we practice on, and as every team does. But we practice them and want to make them at a pretty high clip in practice, and I'm glad it's carrying over.
Coach, how did that size battle look for you on your size, your standpoint, with your guards being much bigger than theirs?
Yeah, I don't know that we necessarily took advantage of it offensively, but I thought defensively it helped us a little bit with our length, deterring some passes, getting some deflections.
Coach, once again, only 10 turnovers. You've looked a lot better when it comes to hanging onto the ball. What consistent adjustments, I guess, have you seen both in halftime, in practice, and in games recently?
Yeah, our numbers have been much better. We've trended in the right way the last several games, and I think a lot of that has to do with the comfort and the understanding of what we're doing offensively. And the other thing, I mean, we're really aggressive, and sometimes when you're aggressive, it takes some decision making out, and you'll see less turnovers. So I think for us, we want to we need to be efficient. We really do. That goes back to our margin of error is very slim. So for us, we need to be a very efficient team offensively.
Coach, when did you as a coaching staff feel like you had solved the defensive issues? Was that earlier, mid-second quarter, or was that all the way to halftime?
Yeah, I felt like we kind of figured some things out in the second quarter. Then it was just a matter of we're going to stick with it or make secondary adjustments. But I felt like we had some. And now here's the other thing: we had a really good game plan going in, and if we do not execute the game plan, then it puts us in a pretty tough spot. So now I'm trying to come up with Plan B when I know Plan A will work if we'll just execute it. That's tough. So I don't think our players did as good a job as they can do in executing our defense. But at some point, we have to make some adjustments to help them, and I thought the adjustments we made in the second quarter were good.
Coach, a big moment you talk about versus Cal is you called a timeout, you told your team you're going to win this game. Was there a moment like that? You guys were down at halftime that you said, we're going to win this game?
I didn't tell them. I told them it wasn't going to be pretty if they didn't start having some urgency. So it's not going to be a fun night if we don't get this urgency going. I think they had confidence. I don't think they. It was a different look. It was a different look. I was just pulling some teeth to try to get some energy tonight and some enthusiasm. And we're coming off an emotional win. I know that can be draining, but mature, good teams can bounce back from that, win or loss, and be good in the next game.
Coach, you've talked about celebrating wins here, and now you've won 5 in a row. What does this stretch, when you kind of look back, mean to this team early on?
Oh, that's a big deal. I mean, it is a big deal for us to get a win. Like I said, y'all have heard me say it. It's hard to win. So I might have been disappointed in our performance, but I'm not disappointed that we won. I still celebrated with our team, ran in, high-fived them all. It's a big deal to win, and I think, for us, we're gaining confidence when we win. We're gaining confidence when we play well and win, and when we don't play well and win. I think there's something to be said there. We're learning a lot there. But I also, when you win, your expectations go up a little bit. You want to win a little bit more.
Coach, you guys shot 1 for 7 from 3 in the first half. Clearly something switched up in the second half. What do you attribute to that 3.5?
Well, I thought we had good looks. We just missed them. I don't think we took a lot of bad threes in the first half. Just didn't knock them down. And for our basketball team to play well, we need to shoot well. There's no doubt about it. Some nights you're not going to. I know that. But, I think what we have to do is continue to have balance with our scoring, because when we get the ball to the paint and have kickouts, our shooting percentage goes up. It's just an easier rhythm three. I think if you're not shooting them well, you've got to be either uberly confident and take them anyway, or you've got to be very selective on how you're going to shoot that. And that's got to, coaches have to kind of dictate that with the flow, and we wanted them to shoot it. We wanted them to take the shots.
We'll take 1 or 2 more if you guys have them.
Coach, it's been a couple games you've been playing without a true point guard. Obviously, Shannon Dowell's been taking it up a lot. How would you kind of evaluate your team's ball handling as a whole and the way they've been able to, share the ball without a true point guard?
Yeah, I think in terms of our turnovers, obviously those have been low without really playing with a true point guard for the majority of the minutes. We keep analyzing our lineups and who's producing and who is not producing. And, we understand right now we're playing Shannon Dowell out of position, but when Shannon is the point guard, Shannon has the ball in her hands, and that's not a bad thing for our basketball team. And so we just have to be a little bit creative offensively and try to continue to put her in position to be an off guard while she's handling the ball, so to speak. But I think she's done a good job. I think we put her in it's not the easiest of positions to put a kid in, and she's handled it and continues to produce.
Coach Jayla Smith, plus 14 tonight, and seems to hold that role as a defensive stopper off the bench. Evaluate the way you see her in the team and what she brings to the squad.
Yeah, Jayla has been very consistent for our team in giving us something. 2 or 3 games ago, she was giving us points and rebounds and scoring. She's not scored as much in the last 2 games, but she's been very critical to our success because she's guarding on the other end. She's just been making really good plays, whether that is getting a deflection, tonight getting a layup, making a pass. So I think she's been very, very consistent, and it's been really good for us to have somebody that we know coming off the bench is going to make us better when she steps out on the court.
All right, thank you guys.
Hey, thank y'all for coming. Appreciate it.